Total Wine & More is a wonderland to explore. Thousands of wines and spirits, unexpected pairings, and great gifts. Low prices and helpful guides make the holidays magical at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly. Be 21.
This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 1741. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome to another episode on Saturday. Whew. Busy week, I must tell you, and it's not getting any easier. And today's show is one about what do you do if you're in a job that you hate. That's not my case. I'm just busy. Some of you are in jobs that you hate. What you should do. Hope you find it helpful and give it a great review wherever you listen to the show. It really does help other people discover it. And if you have questions for me, email me at nobsjobsearchadvice@gmail.com. I'll get to as many as I can. And with that, let's get going. The title of this is What to Do When You're in a Job That You Hate, or you feel like you're stuck in a job that you hate. And here's a simple suggestion provided by Marshall Goldsmith. Marshall is an international coach. He has written a number of fabulous books from a coaching perspective, including What Got You Here Won't Get You There, Triggers, and many, many more. So he poses by the way, just as an aside, Dr. Goldsmith comments that he's Buddhist, share my information freely. He's great about this kind of stuff. And he had an article on LinkedIn a year and a half or so ago that asked that question. And he said, you have a couple of choices. One choice is to suffer through the day by day, until you either get fired for your poor attitude or you find another job that you like more. Perfectly valid. And Lord knows, when I worked in recruiting, most people came to me at the point where they had decided that they needed another job. Meanwhile, you're in a position that leaves you miserable. So what's the other option to create happiness and meaning in your work life, regardless of current circumstances? And what he says is, how do you create happiness and meaning when you're stuck in a job that you hate? So he suggests that you break down your days into 1 hour segments. So, for example, you have to think of it as going to a 1 hour meeting. You're dreading this meeting as being pointless, unnecessary, and you dread everything about it. So at the end of this boring, time-sucking meeting, you're going to ask yourself and test yourself with 4 simple questions. Ready? Did I do my best to be happy? Did I do my best to find meaning? Did I do my best to build positive relationships? Did I do my best to be fully engaged? So he asked the provocative question, if you knew you were going to be tested, what would you do differently to raise your score on any of these 4 items? Because he wants you to rate yourself on a 1 to 10 scale about how you did, so that this way you're giving yourself feedback about your performance. Now, he's worked with executives around the world, and when asked this question, they typically respond with, I'm going to the meeting with a positive attitude. Instead of waiting for someone to make it interesting, I'd make it interesting myself. I try to let the presenter in on some ways instead of critiquing them in my head. I try to build a positive relationship with someone. You get the idea. So his idea is very simply, if you're stuck in a job that you hate, from now on, pretend that you're going to be tested every hour. Basically, what's going to happen is your heart and your mind are going to thank you for it. And each hour that you spend on this job, he says it's an hour that you're not going to get back. So why waste your hours being disengaged and cynical? Take this personal responsibility and ask yourself 4 questions, and overall, you'll find yourself happier. And I know when I've coached people with this model, it has been very, very effective for them. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here are a few more ways to get more from me. First of all, there's my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us. I have more than 8,000 blog posts there that you can watch, listen to, or read that will help you find your next job. In addition, if you're interested in my coaching you, at the site, there's a button there that says schedule. Schedule time for a free discovery call. Schedule yourself in for coaching, interview preparation coaching, salary negotiation advice, how to have your questions answered, or coaching related to hiring more effectively, managing and leading, helping you be a better executive in your organization, and overall being a better employee of your firm. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/TheBigGameHunter. Mention that you watched or listened to my content. I like knowing I'm helping folks. Once we're connected, if you're interested in coaching, let me know. I think it's easier at the website, but if that's the way you want to do it, so be it. Lastly, join my group on Facebook called Career Angles. It's focused on helping you do better at work. Information there is shared daily, and I'm attempting to build a supportive group there. Ask to join. I'm not letting recruiters in, so I want to make it a safe place for everyone. I'll be back tomorrow with more, and in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Be great!
Haverty's Furniture is here to help you get set for the season with up to $1,000 off. So you can set the stage with style and set the bar more beautifully. So why not settle in together on a new sofa? Because being at home doesn't mean having to settle for less. Even though the holidays feel a little different this year, Haverty's Furniture can help you create the perfect holiday setting with up to $1,000 off plus 0% interest.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
This Thanksgiving, think outside the oven and get Thanks Grilling with Ace. Get a new grill and choose from top brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg to add even more flavor to your Thanksgiving turkey, side dishes, and desserts. Plus, right now, get free assembly and delivery on all grills and accessories $3.99 and up. For the best help on the best grills, stop by your local Ace and get Thanks Grilling. Ace Rewards members only through December 24th. See participating stores for scheduling or exclusions.